This is Chew on This with your host, Monique Baker McCormick, and her co-host, Michael Van Tull, powered by the McCormick Report, Detroit's longest-running online community newsletter since 2008.
Yes, Happy New Year. Happy New Year to all of you out there. I am Monique Baker McCormick, your host of Chew on This Detroit.
And my name is Michael Van Tull, co-host. Glad to be here. Glad to be here in 2026.
Yes.
And, glad to be here with you.
Yes, glad to be here. It's amazing how quickly time flies, right?
Yes.
A whole nother year. Now, what we gonna do with it? What up, though? What up, though? What we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do?
And that's what this segment's all about. This is what's going on in and around the city of Detroit and all the news and our commentary and things like that. So that's what this show is about today.
Yes. So let's start by talking about so many things that's happening here in Detroit. One of them is what we envisioned happening is to have the first female mayor of the city of Detroit. And I want to congratulate our mayor, Sheffield.
Yes, Mary Sheffield.
Yes.
And things that look like they're moving very well.
Yes.
It's very, very professional, very organized. And that's great for the city of Detroit. We don't need all the theatrics that we've had in the past. And this Mayor Sheffield is just going to work, and she's getting the things done, getting her administration together, appointments and everything, and it looks good. It looks good.
It does. What is her motto? I think is rising together.
Yeah, something rise Detroit or something like that.
Yes, and I think that is exactly what we need to do is continue the momentum, to continue rising together, working with the Wayne County Commission, with other elected officials around the state, so that we keep moving forward. In fact, they just announced RX Kids, which is a program where Wayne County actually already approved the program in the communities outside of Detroit. But now Detroit has RX Kids. It actually helps pregnant moms. And it's a wonderful thing to be able to do, to help mothers while they're in their first 6 months to a year, providing them $500 a month.
And I was so glad to see that the announcement was made at Franklin Wright Settlements. Of course, you know, I'm vice chair of the board of directors for Franklin Wright Settlements, and it was great to see that we are right on the front lines, and the mayor was there along with the president and CEO Monique Marks of Franklin Wright. So it's the overall great day, great news for the city. And children and their parents. Yes.
RX Kids. So if you know any pregnant moms that live in Detroit, let them know that they have this opportunity to improve the conditions for themselves and their children with a small input of money that's going to definitely help, because every dollar adds up, right?
That's right. I got to remember Facebook too.
Yes.
I gotta acknowledge our Facebook viewers.
Yes.
So I'm looking at one camera that's
angle. Yes.
Taping the podcast for all the different podcast platforms like Apple Podcasts, YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Amazon, iHeart, and Facebook right here. So.
Right. And so you can also email us if you have any topics or questions that you want addressed, that we can certainly try to get to. Chew on this Detroit at gmail.com. please reach out to us. We would love to hear more.
Yeah, if you want to be a guest on the show, or if you would like to support the show as a sponsor, financially support the show, make sure you email us. chewonthisdetroit@gmail.com.
That's right. And also, I just want to say, for our new mayor, she gets to move into the McNuggian mansion. So that's a nice
I'm glad that we're going to use it now for what it's intended for.
Exactly.
That's the official residence of the chief executive for the city of Detroit. The McNuggian Mansion. We have a place already set for them, so that's great.
And I think, Mayor Sheffield lived downtown anyway, so it's a good fit for her. And she just recently got married too.
That's right.
So
that's right.
It's a lot happening in her house, and we're so proud of her. And congratulations.
And there's some things around. Of course, Fred Durhal, former city councilman, he landed with the administration now as state governmental affairs representative for the city of Detroit.
Yes, and my council member, Tate,
James
Tate is the new president.
Congratulations, Councilman Tate, president of Detroit City Council. So we're so glad and excited that this happened.
And he's right here in my district. I'm actually his commissioner. So I am there to support whatever our new council member president would like. I'm here.
And now
I'm
pro
excited.
tem is Councilman Coleman Young.
Coleman Young.
So,
that's right.
So now we got the whole team together.
That's right.
At City Hall. So the mayor's just putting her cabinet together now. So.
Yes. And in this new year, I don't want to forget, Mike, you just had a birthday, right?
Another one.
Another birthday. Happy birthday.
Yeah,
yes.
thank you.
Let's give them a hand clap. Yes.
I don't know how many years I've been having it at TV Lounge. I was there again. Maybe because I'm getting older, I wasn't there till 2:30 in the morning this time.
And I certainly wasn't there till 2:30 in the morning.
But you know what?
Yes.
I just made a cameo this year. I gotta act my age at some point, and so that. Yeah, I'm happy. He
want to act like he's still 25, hanging out and all of that. I'm like, Mike, really?
I'm finally accepting the fact that I'm getting older, so I'm not quite having day parties yet, but you
go to day parties all the time.
I'll be forced to turn it into a day party.
Oh, you mean you haven't had a day party, but you attend day parties?
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with day parties.
But all I can say is
day parties are fun.
I do get discounts now. That's how old I am.
Wow.
So we don't have to go to the details and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, okay.
All I'm saying is that now I do get some discounts because of my age.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Let's talk about something else.
Yeah. Okay. But I just wanted to say happy birthday to
Thank you,
Mike. Happy
Thank
birthday.
you. January 4th. That's it.
All right.
Thank you.
Yes.
There's more stuff.
What else going on? What up, though, Mike?
Yep. There's a lot more stuff. We have. So we talked about the city council, but there's some other little things I've noticed, and we're just gonna hit some topics and keep it moving. We're not trying to solve and bring world peace and solve everything right now, but the flu is raging out here, so be very careful right now. We're coming at you. It's January. Right now, it is super cold. One day it's hot, one day it's cold. But there's a new strain out here, on some sort of a super flu, and so be very careful. There's the flu raging right now.
Yes, we do need to take care of ourselves. I overdose on vitamin C all the time because that helps to keep my immune system strong.
Do you do oranges and grapefruits and all
I
that,
do
or you actually
supplements.
vitamins?
Although I do eat oranges and grapefruits and all of that stuff. I try to eat as healthy as possible, but I make sure that I take my supplements. I think they help me tremendously to keep this beautiful figure and face. No, but we do have to take care of ourselves, and vitamin C certainly helps me.
Great. I don't necessarily take vitamins, but I did take vitamins earlier last year. But I like the actual grapefruits and lemons and limes and oranges and stuff like that. So
the problem with food is not like it used to be. It's not the same food that we had back in the day, that our parents or even grandparents.
Oh, you mean this stuff is more processed?
Processed foods. Yep. And so we're not getting the vitamins and the nutrition that we really need from food these days. So I think for me, I need my supplements to really provide the extra support that I don't think I get from food.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, and Mike, we forgot about...
Speaking of New Year and Happy New Year.
Yes, we forgot about the 2026 calendars that we're giving out. If you're interested in getting a 2026 calendar, it's the Knowledge is Power, Change Makers, and Education calendar. Yeah. We just recently gave an awesome event at Maddox Chevrolet in Redford. Mm-hmm. And we honored so many educators in our community because we know that as they try to dismantle the Board of Education, who does that, right? Yeah. But as they try to dismantle the Board of Education, we have to be more intentional about supporting our educators and people who are in that area to make sure that they have what they need and that we recognize them, because educators, they do so much. As a parent, I was in my daughter's school every single day. I even had an office at Cass Technical High School when my children were in high school, because I was that parent that was there. I was the president.
Heard of
I know. I had.
They gave an office because you're there so much
because I was
working on
there.
Behalf of the students.
But no, I was the president of the parent organization. So, and I was there all the time. I literally had an office there. And I saw the day-to-day work that parents teachers, principals, assistant principals, coaches, I saw the work that they did. So I wanted to make sure in our 2026 calendar that we honored some of those educators. Yep. So thank you. If you're an educator, I give my hands up to you.
Yep.
And just say how proud of you I am. Yeah.
And we honored more than a dozen educators throughout the west side of Detroit and Redford Township area, teachers, principals, superintendents. So we've got a good mix in our calendar. So when you get a chance, pick one up. We're distributing them out in the community. Mm-hmm. We're going to be dropping them off at libraries, schools, churches, community centers, and stores all over the area. So make sure you get they're blue and white, and a picture of the commissioner on the front, and Knowledge is Power, Change Makers in Education. So
right, and just to read just the front cover so you get an idea. It says, in this 2026 District 6 calendar, we honor the educators and community change leaders who dedicate their time, talent, and service to empowering others through education at a time when learning and truth are too often undervalued. We must be intentional about informing, inspiring citizens of all ages. So that's just a tidbit of the information that's in the calendar.
Great. It's the new year. We're still in a new year theme. What are your plans? I don't like saying resolutions and all that stuff. I think that's out now. Mm-hmm. But plans for the new year, and reflections and thoughts and stuff right.
Like that. Well, for me, first of all, I'm wearing my hat today, and I wanted to wear it because I believe that freedom ain't free. Freedom ain't free.
It's not.
And so for me, every year is about fighting for the things that I value and that we deserve in my community. So my walk every day, every year, is about trying to make a difference in the community. And so I'm focused on our young people. With the Wayne County Civic Youth Council, we're preparing to take 2 of those youth to Washington, D.C., to start a national youth council. We're bringing in, at the National Association of Counties, commissioners from all over the country will bring youth together in Washington, D.C., so that youth will have a voice in government in telling commissioners from all over the country what they see as a common issue with youth. So that is what I'm focused on this year, is to build up the Wayne County Civic Youth Council. And if you have any interest in supporting that, or a youth that may be interested, please let us know. But I'm partnering with the Wayne County Clerk, Kathy M. Garrett, who is really being very supportive at this point in time. There were some issues with my colleagues not wanting a youth council. And so it didn't matter to me. I was going to continue the work that we were doing because it's an awesome group of young people. So that's my focus this year.
And
how about you?
Well, you're in a unique position because not only are you administrator of the Civic Youth Council, but you're also the president of the Women's Council for the National Association of Counties.
Yes.
So you have a kind of a dual role.
Yes, and in my role and capacity as the president of the National Association of Counties Women's Council, this will be our signature initiative to start a county-to-county youth council. And so we're going to Washington, D.C. to bring youth together from all over the country to support them, to support their needs, and to ensure that they understand government and that their voices matter.
Well, you asked me what was mine. I think I'm kind of going back to basics for 2026. I'm going to put more time and effort into those who are really in distress in our community, the homeless, the hungry, the needy. And that's why I've devoted a lot of my time to Franklin Wright Settlements. That's why I've won an award at the Salvation Army back in 1987. Now you see how old I am. One of the first awards I got was for volunteering at the Salvation Army back in 1987, Army of Stars Award. So I'm going to put a little bit more effort into that because there's a whole new set of people that are distressed now in this Trump economy, with inflation, and it's really tough out there. I was watching a report the other day that the homeless center was full, and they could not get into, here in Detroit, they could not get into, there was no more space, and they had to sleep in their cars. So it's pretty rough out here right now, and I grew up in a household that was devoted to providing help. My parents were Salvation Army officers. They were majors in the Salvation Army officers. And so that's the background, that's how I was brought up. And so I'm going to focus on that a little bit too. And then also, my partner in my commercial business said, Mike, where are you? So I have to put a little bit of focus on, my day-to-day stuff too.
Right.
All right.
And you know what? And you reminded me, because I always forget about the Salvation Army and your background and all of the wonderful work that you've done over the years, but also the Lions Club, right?
Oh, that's right.
That was...
You know, my dad and I were one of only two father-son combinations to run the Lions Club as a president, the Northwest Detroit Lions Club. This was one of, the biggest club in Southeast Michigan at the time, arguably one of the best and largest in the state of Michigan. We had deep pockets back in the day. We could do anything, and we did to help our community, the blind and those who had sight problems. So,
right.
And yes, thanks for reminding me about that, because I was a part of the Lions Club for many, many years.
So, you know what? And speaking of the Salvation Army, I don't know about you all, but I love to shop at the Salvation Army.
Oh, I do too.
You know, they have some great deals. So if you've never been there, and don't judge, but I will gladly shop at thrift stores and resale shops. That's one of the things I love to do.
Yep,
yeah,
I do. There's a council resale out in off of 12 Mile that I go to, and then in Royal Oak I go to the Salvation Army. And let me tell you, Facebook people, there's a lot of, it's not all hand me downs and second. There are stores that drop off brand new items.
That's right.
At huge
with tags
discounts.
on them.
Tags still on them.
Yeah.
You know, from major retailers. I've gone over to Royal Oak and purchased stuff. It was brand new, but at a fraction of what it was when it was on the shelf down in Macy's.
Right. Right.
You. Yeah.
We could save a lot of money just by taking a look sometime, y'all.
And it goes to a good cause, too.
Yes. Especially, I was thinking about, the minimum wage just went up to $13.73, and it's crazy because I remember when I only had, I made $5 an hour. And I thought, that is so much money, right? That's crazy, right? Mm-hmm. But now we're at 13. And just think about those people that make $13 an hour. You could save a lot of money by thrift shopping and Salvation Army and other places. Just a thought. Yeah. Just a thought.
I know we're kind of running on time here, but we did have a few more. Todd Bettison, congratulations, Detroit Police Chief. His contract was renewed, so he will be our police chief going forward. Mm-hmm. I noticed there have been a lot of domestic disputes around Southeast Michigan, and I just encourage those of you, tone it down, and everything doesn't have to go to fighting and killing and shooting and stabbing and all that.
That's why I don't even watch the news anymore.
I've seen so many reports since the holidays of domestic disputes. So we got to tone it down
and love each other. Yeah. Take care of each other. We don't have to fight or harm one another just because we are mad. And I know it has a lot to do with mental health in our community. Mm-hmm. There are mental health resources. We had a whole segment around mental health. But there is help. And
I do think that it's great that Wayne County is providing those coats / sleeping bags. And
we do have those. Yes. If anyone needs a sleeping bag, coat, we also have free Narcan. If anyone that uses, drugs or anyone that might need a Narcan kit, we have those as well, free of charge. Just reach out to us.
Could save their life.
Could save their life. Yes. Our email, chewonThisDetroit@gmail.com. And we want to thank you for tuning in. Again, Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year.
And
don't forget, tell your friends, family, your coworkers about Chew on This Detroit. We have new episodes on Thursdays, but you can get them you can watch us on Spotify, you can watch us on Apple Podcasts, YouTube, right here, YouTube's, Amazon, iHeart, all of that, or wherever you get your,
And make sure you share this episode with somebody. Just share it, because maybe they want to know what's going on in Detroit, and who's the new mayor, who's the new city council president, all of that good stuff.
And did the Pistons win last night? Yes, we kicked New York Knicks all over the place.
That was a great game.
I get tired of that guy Brunson.
Yes,
we beat him pretty good. What was that? 121-90.
Yeah,
and then. Too bad the Lions didn't make it this year, but now I realize why. We lost all of our coaches. All of our coaches took the deal and left.
Yep.
And then we just didn't have any direction. And then I hope that Dan Campbell also let somebody else call the plays during the game, and he gets back to coaching and sees it from his perch as a coach, not on the field directing the plays. We just need We need coaches. We need coaching right now for the Lions. But go Pistons.
Yes, and thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll be back next Thursday, and we'll see you soon.
See ya.
Chew on This Detroit.
This is Chew on This with your host, Monique Baker McCormick, and her co-host, Michael Van Tull, powered by the McCormick Report, Detroit's longest-running online community newsletter since 2008.